That's like in the morning. I just wake up 5 minutes before, and then I try my best to be on time.
Yes, and I think she's not late because she wants to, because after she put her alarm, but even with the alarm, she's unable to get up in time.
Yeah, I know. That's like during school week, it's awful. I have to repeat my alarm 5 times, and then I have three of them, and then when I just don't woke up, my dad's come in and just tries to get me out of bed.
Yeah, fortunately for your dad.
But I'm always late. I'm always
Your
late.
dad is your hero.
Yeah, we want to.
So we are talking about Bocconi Test 2, and we are correcting
Mhm.
the questions that you missed in the test yesterday. So we begin
Mhm.
from question 4. Is that it?
Yes.
Yes. Can you read question 4?
Let's write all the natural numbers from 1 to 2021 inclusive, one after another one, to form a new natural number, such as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and so on. How many digits does this number have?
All right. So we are writing from 1 to 2021. So this is
Mhm.
how we organize it in order to do the calculation easy. Remember that it's a logic test. So you don't want to try to write that out and count. You will not finish. You have just 1 minute, 30 seconds to complete each question. So what we're going to do is that we're also going to say from 1 to 9. Now how many digits?
1.
From 1 to
1.
9?
Yes.
9 digits.
No. 9. 9 digits. Okay.
Good. From 10 to 99. Now how many digits?
200? No, no, no.
From 10 to
Wait.
99. You will say 99 minus 10 plus 1. Because you say here 9 minus 1, which is 8 plus 1, which gives you 9.
90
90.
times 2.
Yes, times 2. Good. So this will be 180 because we're counting the digits. That was good. So from 100 to 999, we have how many?
900.
Times 3. We have 2,700. Then from 1,000 to 2021, we have how many?
Mm, 1022.
Times 4. That gives us 8804. So now, if we add everything together, we'll get 6,977. And that corresponds to answer
Okay.
B.
Okay. Okay.
Next question.
Uh, Number 9.
All right, can you read the text for us?
In the late 1990s, a new approach named network management gained a foothold on the international scene, stressing the need to integrate public and private sectors in the governance of public administrations. In fact, as the external environment grew in complexity and dynamism, the action of the state was no longer considered sufficient. It was necessary to have the participation of different numbers of actors capable of providing together the response to the needs of the user's citizens. Network management overcomes the competition between public and private, on which new public management was based, underlining the need for the state or public administrations to be in charge of defining the rules that govern the environment, and for private parties to take over of service delivery. In this way, performance improvement is no longer guaranteed by competition but by governance.
Good.
Which of the following statement is true?
What was your answer for this question?
I said B.
B says the complexity and dynamism of the situation has resulted in a need for increased state action. Is that true? Now, let's read the first line. The first part of the text is which says in the late 1990s, the new approach named network management gained a foothold on the international scene, stressing the need to integrate public and private sector in the governance of the public administrations. In fact, as the external environment grew, the complexity and dynamism, the action of the state was no longer considered sufficient. It was
Mm-hmm.
necessary to have the participation of a different number of actors. So you cannot say B is correct because it was not actually state action that they needed because they said that the action of the state was not sufficient. So you needed other
Okay.
parties to come and contribute. Now, I want you
Okay.
to look at answer E.
E or A?
E as in
E.
egg.
Ah. Mm-hmm.
It says in network management, there is a clear division of activities between public and private sectors. Okay. Now, when you read at the
Mm-hmm.
end of the text here, it says that um, they say network management overcomes the competition between public and private on which new public management was based, underlying the need for the state or public administrations to be in charge of defining the rules. So the state or public administration will be in charge of defining rules that govern the environment and for private parties, and private parties will take over the service delivery. So you can see a division of labor. Governing bodies or administrations will take care of defining the rules, while private parties will take care of service delivery. So that will justify answer E, which says that in network management, there is a clear division of activities between the public and the private sector.
Okay. Um. Question 10.
Question 10. Can you read for us?
A right angle triangle has one catetus measuring 5 out of 12 of the other, and the difference between the longer and the shorter catetus is 14. How much does the area of the triangle measures?
So we have our triangle. Remember that we said that the cathets are this angle, are this side. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If we
Yes.
say A is the major and B is the minor, then they say that in a right angle triangle has one catetus measuring 5 over 12 of the other. So 1 is equals to 5 over 12 of the other. Sorry, I think I have to correct that. If B is the minor, then B will be equals to 5 over 12A. Would you agree? Because 5 over 12A is just a section of A. So B is the little part of A.
Okay.
Now they say that the difference between the longer and the shorter catetus is 14. So you say A minus B equals to 14. Remember the difference is the bigger number minus the small number. So from this
Mm-hmm.
you can say that A minus 5A over 12 equals to 14. Correct?
Yes.
So from here you say 12A minus 5A is equals to 14 times 12. 5 minus 12 equals to how many? 7. So 7A will be equals to 14 times 12. And A will be equals to 14 times 12 over 7. 7 cancels here 1, 7 cancels here 2. 2 times 12, it will be 24. Okay? Now, if A
Okay.
equals to 24, then B will be equals to 5 times 24 over 12. 12 goes here 1, 12 goes here 2. So that gives 5 times 2, which is 10. Remember that the area of a triangle is
B.
base times height over 2. So this will give us 24 times 10 over 2, which is equal to 120.
Okay.
Answer B.
Okay. Um, Question 14.
Question 14. Okay. Yes. Can you read for us?
A tank is 12 meters long and 10 meters wide. Its depth, on the other hand, varies evenly from 1 to 4 meters. What is the volume of the pool?
All right. So they say the depth vary evenly from 1 to 4. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And they say it is 12 meters long and 10 meters wide.
And 10 meters wide.
So let's try to represent that question 14. So because the question said that imagine that you cut one side of the tank, then you will have something like this. This will be equals to 1. This will equals to 4, this distance here. Then this height here is 12. All right. Then you have this is 10. You saw that what shape does it form? You see that it forms a trapezoid. And the area of the trapezoid is equal to sum of parallel sides times height over 2. So that will be,
But how do you know it's a trapezoid? They don't say it.
yes, they don't say, but they tell you that the depth vary evenly from 1 to 4 meters.
Okay.
Yes. So it's increasing. So it's increasing to reach 4. From 1, it's increasing till it gets to 4. Can you see it?
Okay.
Times 12 over 2. So this will be 30 meters squared. Now, since you are calculating volume, you need volume. You have to multiply by how wide it is. So you have 30 meters squared times 10 meters, which will give you 300 meters cube.
Okay. Answer A.
Yes.
Question 15.
What does it say?
Tripling the diagonal of a cube, the lateral surface area is
Triple the diagonal of a cube, the lateral surface area is. Okay. We know that the lateral area of a cube equals to 6L squared, right? The
Mm-hmm.
formula for the lateral area of the cube Now, also the diagonal of cube is equals to root 3 times L. That's another formula too. Now, they tell you that
Okay.
if you triple the diagonal of the cube, then what will happen to the lateral surface area? So if we call this D, 3D will imply what? You have 3 root 3 L. So you will notice that you have 3 root 3. Now, if you put what's the value of the value of L here, we can look for the value of L and see what happens. Because here we have root 3 L is equals to the diagonal, L is equals to the diagonal over 3. Such that if you triple the diagonal, you are going to have L is equals to 3 times the diagonal over root 3. Well, this is the normal value of L, and this is the tripled value. So the normal value of L will be for the lateral surface area. We imply that you have 6 into d over root 3 square, which gives you 6d square over 9. So you have 3 cancels here, 2, 3 cancels here, 3. That's 2d square over root over 3 over 3. Now, if we triple it, we have 6 3d over root 3 all that square. We get 6 times 9d square over 9 over 3. Sorry, I think I made a mistake somewhere here. Because when you take the square of here, it should give you 3.
Ah, you forgot the figure.
Yes. If I square this, it give me d square, but it should give me 3 here in the denominator, right? Such that it gives me 2d square.
I don't. What does it give you?
Because we'll have d square over root 3. Root 3 times root 3 is 3. Root 3 times
Ah,
root
okay.
3 is 3. So it should rather give us 2d square. And this should give us 3 here, which cancels here 3. So we should get here 18d square. So this is the same thing as saying 9 into 2d square. So that means that the
Alright, it
is that
increasing by 9 times.
exactly this is
Okay.
9 times. Next question.
Um, 16.
All right, question 16. 16 asks us to calculate the domain of the logarithmic function. We have f of x to be equals to the logarithm of x squared plus 1 plus the root of the logarithm of x base 10 plus 1. Is that it?
Mm-hmm.
Now, we notice that this function is divided into two, so we are going to deal with it separately so we can easily find the domain. We're going to deal with this part, then with this part. Then we're going to add their domains. So you will notice that the logarithm of x squared plus 1 exists only when x squared plus 1 is superior to 0, because the logarithm of 0 and the logarithm of negative 1 doesn't, negative numbers don't exist. So x squared plus 1 should be greater than 0. Therefore, x squared is greater than negative 1. But you know that x squared is always greater than 0.
Mm-hmm.
So that means that for this, the logarithm here, x squared always has to be greater than 0. Then
Okay.
for this other side, we see that the root of log of um, x to base 10 plus 1. You see that for that root to exist, the value of log x base 10 plus 1 has to be greater than or equals to 0. Therefore, the log of x base 10 should be greater or equals to negative 1. Then if we now change from log to index, it is we're going to have x is greater than or equals to 10 to the power negative 1. That means x is greater than or equals to 1 over 10.
Okay.
Now, we have x squared is always positive, it's always greater than 0. And we have x is greater than or equals to 1 over 10. Which side will define the function? Oh,
The right side.
yes, we're going to take, so that corresponds to answer C.
Okay. Question 17.
Question 17. Okay. In answering the next question, consider the table below, which show cell phone sales in thousands and market shares for the year 2018-2019. So they say Italian market. In the Italian market, which company has the largest absolute discrete decrease in market shares between 2008 to 2019? What do you think?
Well, I said uh A. NS.
Yes, A is correct.
Okay. I don't know why I wrote it wrong. Okay. Great. 8. But then 19.
19 says the figure below shows the volume of transactions in millions of euros by payment method in 4 Italian macro regions. We have Center, Iceland, North, South. Okay. We have bank checks, postal bulletins, bank transfer, credit card, cash, and total. The question goes as follows. Defining C as the total volume of credit card transactions. So they say C is the total volume of credit card transactions. So that means that the total is 111 from the table.
Mm-hmm.
Good. How can we express the volume of transaction with postal bulletins in the center and the north? So center and north. Center and north combined together gives us a value of what? Center and north for credit cards.
For credit card? Ah.
Sorry, for postal
Uh,
bulletins. For postal bulletins.
ah.
Yes,
Center and north. 74.
74. So you have to express, how can we express the volume of transaction of postal bulletin as a function of C? That means that if we say the volume of postal bulletins, we call this Z. Z should be equals to alpha times C. This is what they're asking. Therefore,
Okay.
to express this, we need to find alpha. Alpha is equals to Z over C. which is equals to 74 over 111. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have to look for a way if it's possible for us to simplify this. So
Mm.
what can we try? Should we try 23? Let's see. Because when you look at these numbers, look at 111 in the denominator, you already know
Mm-hmm.
that the common factor between both of them is going to be a prime number.
Yes, but I can't think of anyone. I don't know any of them.
You, of course, you do. You know prime numbers. Two, three is a
Yeah,
prime
I
number.
know, but
Five.
I don't know any. I don't know any that divide 111.
Let's see. Um, let's try 13. Well, this is what we'll do. Not to think too much. We're going to find the one that is right by using our answers.
Okay.
All right, our answers will guide us. You see already that answer A is wrong because it has just alpha to be 74. We know that alpha is not 74. Alpha is 74 over
Mm-hmm.
111. Answer B is 2 over 3. If it is 2 over 3, it's interesting. Means that whatsoever divided 74 divided 2 times and 74 divided by 2, that's around 3, 14, 7, 37.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll find out if we multiply 37 by the denominator, which is 3, and it gives us 111, that means that B is correct.
Okay.
So we know that 3 times 7 is 1, 2, 21. 3 times 3 is 9 plus 2, 11. Bingo. So that means
Um.
that this gives us 2 over 3. So since alpha is 2 over 3, then we can say Z is equals to 2 over 3 C. That corresponds to answer B.
Okay. Okay.
So be smart to make use of your answers in that fashion.
Mm-hmm. Question 24.
So question 24 says, how many real solutions does the following inequality have? Our inequality is x squared plus 4x plus 4 is greater than or equal to 0. If you factorize this, you get something like x plus 2x, x plus 2, all that squared, right? It's greater than or equal to
Yes.
0 because this is the same thing as x plus 2 into x plus 2, which gives us x squared plus 2x plus 2x plus 4, which is x squared plus 4x plus 4. So it's the same thing. My screen is taking forever to load.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So,
Yes, I agree.
so x plus 2, all the square is greater than 0. Now they say how many real solutions does the following inequality have? Already we know that this is um, a quadratic equation in which the discriminant equals to 0. You agree?
Mm-hmm.
That means that this inequality has just one solution. I mean,
But that's what
the
I said.
quadratic expression has just one solution. Yes.
I said I said B. Is it B?
No. The quadratic equation has just one root. It has one root, I agree. But it doesn't mean that the inequality is valid for just one value. Now,
Okay.
try this. For example, if x is equals to 3, does the inequality work? Will it be greater than 0?
Yes.
Because from here, x will be equals to negative 2. Let's take our negative 2. If x equals to, let's say, negative 3, you have negative 3 plus 1 plus 2,
Yes.
sorry, plus 2, which gives you negative 1 square. It will always be greater than 0 because of this square here. Whatever value you plug in there will give you something greater than 0
Okay.
because of that square. Because of
Infinite.
that, your real values will be infinite. Your real solutions.
Ah, okay.
Yes,
Okay, yes. The square is always a positive.
correct. But now, if it was less than, what will you have? If the
Mm,
equation was x squared
none. None. None.
is less than 0.
None.
Wait, let me give the question first before you answer.
Ah,
Now, they say if x squared plus 2, if x plus 2 all the square is less than or equal to 0, what will be your answer if the same answer choice were given to you?
well, none.
What about 0? What about if x equals to 0?
Well, it's not possible.
Why can x not be equal to 0?
But it can, but 4 is always positive.
Oh, I think I omitted something. Rather, I was trying to say that if x equals to negative 2, not 0, negative 2.
Ah,
What
okay.
if x is
Ah, well,
negative 2?
one. One. One
Good,
solution.
good. So you have one solution in that case. So take note. The next
Okay.
question,
Um, 32.
32. All right. Can you read for us?
Um, Positive surveys or second generation SRI, sustainable and responsible investment surveys, are used by funds representing 328 billion of the 5 trillion in SRA resources in Europe. They aim to select companies with higher corporate social responsibility (CSR) standards. The investment universe is usually first pre-selected with financial criteria to exclude poorly performing companies. One or more attributes measured through various criteria make it possible to assess the acceptability or desirability of companies as SRA investment vehicles. It's a way to reward companies with a strong corporate social responsibility and to encourage them to increase their performance against ESG criteria.
Okay. So the question says that in discussing the amount 328 billion of funds using positive surveys of total SRI resources in Europe, the author intends to elicit. What does he say? He says that the survey are used to fund by funds representing 328 billion euros. Remember what we said about the tone of the author. We said the tone can be
Mm-hmm.
analytic, it can be descriptive, it can be critical.
Critical.
But now, in this text, for him to be critical, he needs to have a judgment that he's sharing. by using words like by adding adverbs or adjectives to describe what is being spoken of. But as you are seeing here, it says that are used by the forms representing that. We don't see any of them. We don't see any adverb or any adjective. So there is no judgment
Mm-hmm.
at that point. So we cannot say it's a critic. So we cannot say, sorry, we cannot say it's critical or we cannot say it is analytical. We can say it's descriptive, yes, because it just gives the pure information. We cannot say it's an astonishment, a disappointment, satisfaction, or criticism because all of that is an opinion. So the answer is E.
Okay. 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 It's weird that they put it in names, not in adjectives.
Sorry.
No, but I found it weird that they use name, like nouns, sorry, and not adjectives to answer text. Like to why did they use astonishment, disappointment, and not just analytical and
Yes, but what I'm trying to say is that read the question at the end of the question. What does it say?
the author intends to elicit
What does it mean to elicit?
to uh to wait to clear to
Say it in French.
well, I don't even know in French to
Let's say to provoke.
rendre,
What is he trying to
rendre clair.
produce? Qu'est-ce qu'il veut évoquer? Qu'est-ce qu'il veut provoquer dans l'audience?
Ah, okay.
Yes.
Ah, that's not what I saw I meant. Okay.
Yeah, that's what it means. What is he trying? The reader. So that the reader, what is he trying to raise up in the reader?
Okay. Uh, yes, 33. I didn't know, but I told you yesterday. I don't know what's the function. It was written in a weird way.
Okay. 33. It says that f of x equals to x to the power 4 times 10 to the power x squared over 2 to the power minus x squared over 2.
Ah, okay.
Now look at it and tell me what you think. I'm going to ask the choice which one is the correct one.
Hmm.
Les puissances sont paires ou impaires.
Pair.
Quand elles sont paires, qu'est-ce que cela implique? Que le résultat sera toujours supérieur à 0, vrai ou faux?
Okay.
Maintenant, qu'est-ce que tu penses des
Okay.
options?
And so on.
Answer
Yes,
1.
one.
Yes, but you notice that answer 1 excludes 0.
Yes, but when it's x equals to
0. What
0,
happened? Yes.
it's still 1.
What is still 1?
Well, when x is equals to 0, f is equals to 1.
How come? 0 to the power 4 is equal to 0.
Uh-huh.
It is
Ah,
not.
yes, it's the product.
Yes. 0
Ah,
to the
yes.
power 4 is 0. So 0 should be included in your statement.
Ah, okay, so e.
Correct. That's nice.
Okay. Uh, question 35.
Now, the question asks to find out what is the outer angle of a regular dodecagon. When they say dodecagon, it represents how many sides that structure? Dodecagon, dodecagon.
Mm, 12? Is it 12?
No, no,
Um, 15?
it's 12.
Ah, okay.
So the formula for the interior angles of a hexagon is given by n minus 2 times 180. N minus 2 times
And
180.
okay.
So n times interior angle is equals to n minus 2 times 180. Now,
Is it not on divided by n?
yes, that's why
Or-
for one single interior angle, that will be now n minus 2 times 180 over
Ah,
n.
okay. Mhm.
So this will give us 12 minus 10, which is 10, times 180 over 12. We know that 3 can go here 6, 3 can go here 4, 2 can go here 3, 2 can go here 2, 2 goes here 1, 2 goes here 5. So we'll have 5 times 30, so that will be 150 degrees. So 150 degrees here is the interior angle, but that's not what we want. We want the exterior
No, we
angle.
want. Yeah.
So to get the exterior angle, we'll say 360 minus 150 minus the interior, which will give us 210 degrees, which corresponds to answer D.
Okay. Okay. Um, Question 38.
38. Can you read that for us?
It was decided to limit the location of the target companies of the survey to the area of northern Italy, which was considered representative of the national system. As a methodology of survey, it was appropriate to use a multiple choice questionnaire to be submitted to companies through phone interviews. The reference sample was selected from the AIDA database produced by the Bureau von Ditch Publishing, which contains information for more than 2,000 corporations operating in Italy. The empirical survey involved 207 companies out of an initial sample of 676, attesting to an overall response rate of 31%. Why does the author claim to be able to limit the survey to northern Italy?
Okay. Remember what was said in the first sentence? It was said that it was decided to limit the location of the target companies of the survey to an area of northern Italy,
Mhm.
which was considered representative of the national system. That's the reason why they limited it to northern Italy, because they thought it was representative of the whole Italy. So that's why the study was carried out only in the northern Italy.
Ah, okay, so answer E.
No. B.
Ah, okay.
Do you agree?
Yes.
Nice. Next question.
Um, 39.
39. All right. Can you read for us?
Company ABC has equity capital of 1,000 money corresponding to 250 shares. Last month, the board of directors approved the issuance of additional 260 shares. This transaction resulted in a 50% increase in equity value.
Now, they told you that company ABC has a critical capital of 1,000, corresponding to 250 shares. If it has an equity
Mhm.
value of 1,000, 1,000 money divided by 250 shares, that means you get 4 money per share. You agree?
Yes.
Good. Now, the question says that last month, the board of directors approved the issuance of an additional 250 shares. If they add an extra 250 shares, and this transaction resulted in 50% increase in equity value. Now, 50% increase in equity value is 50% increase in the initial 1,000 money that we had. So we'll be left with the new value will be 1.5 times 1,000, which will be 1,500 money. Now, since this also resulted from 250 shares, therefore we can say that what is the cost per share? This will be 1,500 money
Divided
divided by
by
250. If you do that properly, you have,
why by 250?
oh, by 500, sorry, because it increased,
Ah,
right?
okay. Mm-hmm.
Yes, that was a good question. Divided by 500 shares. So that will give us a new value of 3 money per share. So you notice that by doing that, by adding 250 shares, the value of the money per share has decreased.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Okay. It has decreased by how many percent? By 25%.
25. Okay.
Now look at the answer choice and tell me what you think is correct.
Answer
Yes.
A. Okay. Um, Question 40.
Question 40. Yes, go ahead. You can read.
Among the measurement criteria developed academically to assess corporate reputation, we first aim to explain the step of quantifying the reputation quotient, RQ, refined by the Reputation Institute. The choice to deal with this particular assessment method is motivated by the fact that, like similar criteria, it has the merit of capturing the value of reputation with respect to the quality of stakeholder relations. It allows, in case a decrease in its value, to have an objective perception of potentially greater reputational risk. What does the author mean by this the term stakeholder?
Stakeholder. Look at answer D. Stakeholder in French, it means actionnaire.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Ah, okay. Okay, so answer D.
So it's answer delta.
Mm,
Next.
Question 41.
Okay. You can read.
An event is attended by 30 scientists, each of whom is a mathematician or a physicist or a chemist or a biologist. Physicists and biologists together are half as many mathematicians. Physicists and chemists together are twice as many biologists. Moreover, there's at least one physicist. How many mathematicians are there?
So mathematicians plus physics plus chemistry plus biology should give you
Equals
30.
30.
Good. Then they say physics plus biology should give you mathematics over 2. Then also they said that physics and chemistry, physics plus chemistry equals to 2 biology. So we have 3 equations here, a system of equations. So I want to rearrange my system of equations in such a way that it gives me uh, physics in terms of biologists. You understand why? The reason why I'm doing this is because of what was said at the end of the sentence, the end of the text, the end of the question. Because,
There's at least one.
yes. So what I can do is that from equation 1, I can find what m is from equation 2, sorry. From equation 2, we know that m is equals to 2p plus 2b. You agree?
Mm-hmm.
Then from equation 3, we know that c is equals to 2b minus p. We're going to put these two in equation 1. Now, if we put that in equation 1, we get 2p plus 2b plus 2b minus p plus p plus b equals to 30.
Yes. Uh,
Now, so you don't get confused,
no,
this here is c and this here is m.
but where's the. Ah, yes, okay. Yes, yes.
So we're going to get p minus p will cancel out, this will cancel out. We'll be left with 5b
2p plus. Mm, 5p.
plus 2p equals to 30. Now, the question tells me that um, I have at least one physicist. So I'll put the equation in
Mm-hmm.
terms of biologist. Biologist is equals to 30 minus 2 physicists over 5. One thing we know is that at least there is one biologist. We also know that we cannot have a fraction as a biologist, right? Meaning that anything that we have in the denominator, in the numerator, must be something that is perfectly divisible by 5 to give a whole. Therefore, the
Mm-hmm.
values of p here can be, remember p can is as 1 and above. P can be 1, 2, 3, and so on. But the thing is that one values of p, which is less than 30, but that will enable us to divide the denominator to have a whole number. For example, if we say p is 5, b will be equals to 30 minus 10 over 5. So b will be equals to 20 over 5, which is
4.
4. So we have b 5 and b 4. If
Mm-hmm.
b equals to 10, we'll get b to be equals to 30 minus 20 over 5. So 5 will be equals to 2. Sorry, b will be equals to 2. So p is 10 and b is 2 in this case. Now the question says, how many mathematicians are there? How many mathematicians? Remember the formula for mathematicians. The formula for mathematicians, I'll put it in a red square, in a red box. Yeah. So
Add 2p plus 2b.
so that will be 2 into p plus b. So that m will be equals to 2 into 5 plus 4, or m is equals to 2 into 10 plus 2. Here, this will give us 9 times 2 is 18, and this will give us 12, 24. Which answer here is correct according to the answers that we have received in our question? If we have 18 and 24, 18 is the correct one.
D.
Yes. So answer C is correct.
Okay. Okay. 34.
Repeat, please.
34. 44, sorry.
I think that this call will come to an end soon. Let me send you.
Yes.
Let me just send you a new link. Then we'll proceed with the class
Mhm.
answering 44. Does that work?
Yes.
Good.